All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This up only to about the 33. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So they bring out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 88 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. but that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And now back out comes the offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Now Gordon on first down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. A toss play. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On the read option, it's Mariota. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's complete to Meredith. Still going. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, Mariota. To the right side and complete to Njoku. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This long drive continues here to start the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. On the read option, it's Mariota. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To the air again, Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Mariota again. He may And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
Switch. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Mariota to throw it this time. And my goodness, this is incomplete. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On the read option, it's Mariota. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And an alley to run. Marcus Mariota, nobody's going to catch him. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Throwing, Mariota. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3rd and goal. Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And unable to get downhill there, as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Banks. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. C.J. Mosley. Able to get him for a loss of about 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 39 that time. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And his throw is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have done?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the pool.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Mariota. And a catch right side by Evans. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They get it to him running left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He was looking for Landry that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
This is Coleman. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And now running right through it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this pass. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they'd struggled throughout this one.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mariota. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead fourth. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mariota on 1st down. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. Eluding the pressure right. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Mariota. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down, inbounds, for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skills.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline, ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Toss play. Kamara looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throw left side complete. It's Bush. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll drop to throw. And Davis with it left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple C.
Now it's the backup Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Throwing here, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Mariota now. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing is Mariota over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Mariota. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. What's good on the extra point? And the lead is now 24. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A give. This is Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
you.